Coming up, we'll cover your state and county election results and explain what they mean for Pullman.
And we'll tell you what WSU is doing to prepare for the upcoming Veterans Day holiday right now on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Aaron Monson.
And I'm Albert James. Thanks so much for joining us for Murrow News 8. Right off the top, let's take a look at some of the election results across the region. Here in Pullman, Proposition 1, that's the $27.5 million bond measure for equipment and construction at Pullman Regional Hospital, that is currently passing with 74% of the vote. The bond measure needs a supermajority of 60% approval to pass. The auditor's office says they still have about 5,000 votes left to count. We expect updated results at 5 p.m.
Over in Latah County, Democrats are currently ahead in the races to lead the county government. According to Pullman Radio News, Democrats are leading in all 3 seats of the Board of Commissioners. The current county treasurer, Democrat B.J. Swanson, also won re-election, getting 70 votes over his competitor. The only Republican win for a Latah County post was for county clerk. Julie Fry has the lead over her Democratic challenger for the open spot. According to the Latah County Auditor's Office, all votes have been counted.
Back here in Washington, the Associated Press has called our U.S. Senate race. Democrat Patty Murray won it for her six-year term in a row against Republican challenger Tiffany Smiley. Out of 1.7 million votes, Murray took 980,000 to Smiley's 738,000. Murray ran for her first term back in 1992 and described herself as a, quote, mom in tennis shoes. Since then, she has risen to become the 3rd highest ranking Democrat in the Senate.
A little bit closer to home, only one race for county government saw a challenger last night in the competition for Whitman County Commissioner, position 3. Republican incumbent Michael Largent is in the lead with 61% of the vote. His Democratic challenger, John Mark Monkey, is checking in at 39%. Again, the Whitman County Auditor has an estimated 5,000 ballots left to count, with updated results being posted in the next hour.
Back in Idaho, the Republican Party swept Latah County's legislative seats in yesterday's general election. Former state Senator Dan Foreman is returning to Boise, defeating Democrat nominee David Nelson by 400 votes. Idaho State Representative Lori McCann was reelected, and State Rep Brandon Mitchell was also reelected, Mitchell winning 56% of the vote.
In the Washington Secretary of State's race, Democratic incumbent Steve Hobbs is in the lead so far with about 50% of the vote. His challenger, nonpartisan Julie Anderson, has 47%, with write-in votes making up the other 3%. Hobbs was appointed to his position last November to replace Republican Kim Wyman, who left Olympia to accept a role in the federal government. Well, Veterans Day is also this Friday, and members of the VMAS, or the Veterans and Military Affiliated Students, are changing how things look around campus. We sent Murrow News 8 reporter Noah Bolter to check it out.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I'm just off of Veterans Way right now, where just behind me, members of VMAS are setting up hundreds of flags and memories of the WSU student veterans who lost their lives. They tell me that at 6:30 tomorrow morning, there will be a ceremony where members of different branches of the military get together. For more information, you can visit our website. Aaron, back to you.
Thanks, Noah. It's looking a little chilly out there. When we come back, DJ Robin will let you know if this cold weather is here to stay, and I really hope it is.
And the notification you might have seen on your phone this afternoon when Murrow News 8 continues.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now.
and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
You might have heard some sirens going off around campus about lunchtime today. That's because WSU conducted a test of its emergency alert system. The system, designed to alert all students in case of an emergency, consists of notifications to phones, emails, computers, and outdoor warning sirens. The university says tests should be time for students to think about what they would do in a real emergency.
Pullman Regional Hospital will host its November's Women's Wellness event this evening. Dr. Rick Manudri will be available to answer hysterectomy and gynecological health questions. The event is being held at Zeppos from 5:30 to 6:30.
The Washington State University equestrian team is hosting its annual fall banquet fundraiser on Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Patrons can get Parents Weekend started early, supporting the team and riders at the team barn on campus. If you'd like to go, admission is $20, and you can RSVP at the link on the Pullman Radio website at pullmanradio.com.
And DJ Rodman now joins us here at the desk. DJ, it was just barely freezing as I walked out the door this morning. Is it going to continue to be this cold in the early morning hours?
It's going to continue to be this cold, and the winter weather is coming faster than a Christmas tree after Halloween. So that's good news for you, Aaron. It's going to be cold.
Yes.
And as you see on your screen, here for today, it's going to be a high of 33. You probably already experienced that if you've been outside. But it is sunny, so it has been a little salvaged by the weather. And as you can see, a glaring notice on your screen, there's going to be 14-mile-per-hour winds and can get as high as 22 miles per hour. And sunrise was at 6:42 this morning, and its sunset is at 4:20 tonight. And looking at tomorrow, we see a high of 35 and a low of 20. It's also going to be sunny. So and the wind is going to be 6 to 8 miles per hour, with sunrise being at 6:44 and sunset being at 4:20. So the sun's starting to come up a little earlier, and the sun's starting to set a little earlier than usual. And if you look at the state map, it's cold around the state. It's cold. And if you look at the west side, in Olympia, you see a high of 46 and a low of 30, and that's the high in the state here. And in Seattle, you see a high of 44 and a low of 34. As we move to central Washington, we see Yakima at 45 degrees as a high and 19 degrees as a low. So we're starting to see the teens. We're starting to see that low weather. And in the Tri-States, you see 45 degrees and 20 as a high and 21 as a low. And in Spokane, you see a high of 34 and a low of 15. And then in Pullman, we already touched on that. So if you look at the 5-day forecast here, it's cold all week. It's going to be in the high to mid 30s. And on Thursday, as we talked about, it's going to be 35 high, 20 low. And being from Southern California, I do not like this cold weather. So I'm starting to bundle up, and you guys should too. And on Friday, it's going to be a high of 37, low of 21. And for the weekend, you can see here. And that's all I have for you guys. Back to you guys at the desk.
DJ, thank you. Coming up, we'll tell you which WSU staff member will be joining the Asian Hall of Fame.
And Daniela Julio-Cano has your sports when we return on Murrow News 8.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man, gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this boy, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Jaden Hicks, the Washington State safety, was named the Pac-12 Conference Freshman of the Week. In the incredible win over Stanford last weekend, Hicks made 6 stops, recorded a quarterback hurry, and recovered a fumble that he returned 17 yards for a touchdown. Hicks enters the week second on the team and number 12 in the conference with 58 tackles, most among all freshman tacklers in the Pac-12. In more football news, let's take a preview at this weekend's matchup against Arizona State. WSU trails in the all-time series 16-27-2 and claimed 3 of the last 4 meetings, including a 34-21 win in Tempe last season. The last 3 meetings have been in Tempe. The 3-6 Sun Devils come to freezing Pullman for the first time since 2015. The Cougars are 9-10 all-time against the Sun Devils at Giza Field. Kickoff is at 12:30 p.m. This is the last Cougar home game before Apple Cup, so make sure you and your family are at Giza Field cheering. WSU's very own athletics director, Pat Chung, is being inducted into the Asian Hall of Fame in Seattle. Chung will be inducted next week. Chung has led Cougar athletics for the past 4 years. WSU reports that since his arrival, Chung has led Cougar athletics in record-setting fundraising initiatives and student-athlete achievement. He is the first Asian American athlete director at a Power 5 school. Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll told the media that Geno Smith has been wearing a wristband to call plays. Some media members interpret it as a shot at Russell Wilson, but he responded to the comment saying they won a lot of games without a wristband. Pete Carroll's exact quote included that there has been resistance to wearing a wristband in previous seasons, which could be seen as a shot at his former Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Thanks, Daniela. And honestly, I think that wearing a wristband is not that big of a deal, and I think Russell's just really salty that he's been losing games. That's just my former opinion because I think he's not that good anymore. I'm glad he's gone. Anyway, when we come back, hear what upcoming WSU game is completely sold out. Stick with us.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks. You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
It's almost Thanksgiving break, and the Apple Cup is sold out. Are we surprised? No. I got friends from UW that are coming up to watch, so I'm excited to see them disappointed. Just saying. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
I mean, so Aaron, you're going to be in town for this.
Yeah, no, I'm driving back the Friday of because I'm calling it for KGR. So I'll be up in the booth in the nice, warm, heated, eating my free food and calling sports while you guys are all suffering out there. So.
I mean, I'm going to have some free food of my own, but I won't be, hate to say this, I won't be coming back for the game. You know, I'm not a fake fan. I just, it's my last Thanksgiving at home with family before entering the real world. I want to be there and
football.
Enjoy. Family, come on. And also, I mean, I have some UW family. I will be sure to rub it in their faces when we win. Danny?
I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to be there, especially since it's my first Apple Cup in Pullman because we were supposed to have one, but then COVID hit. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I mean, the Apple Cup is always a big game, the biggest game of the year, especially for football. Big crowd, big energy. I might not be there just because of the basketball schedule this year, but I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see how the Cougs are in play this year.
I don't need to do it again, but basketball, football. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Come on. D-Day, final look at the forecast. What can we expect tomorrow?
Tomorrow it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold as it's going to be in the winter. 35 degrees is the high. It's something to look forward to. But I think it's going to be sunny. So that's something to look forward to every day. Basking the sun.
Sunglasses and Patagonians. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed anything on this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/MN8, and you can follow us on social media at Murrow News. Have a good night.